All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our weekly Team Passion call. It's a little chilly here in the Northeast, so bundled up. It is, what day is it? It is Thursday, January 9th. I hope everyone is having a great first few weeks of the new year. So tonight, I wanted to talk about a couple things. We are doing the Coach Basics this week, and we did a power hour on Wednesday, and I wanted to kind of just take all of that and talk about it here. And I also want to talk about Team Cup. So the reason why I wanted to kind of talk about the power hour and things like that is different. When you type something, it has a different effect than if we're talking about it, right? And it's nice to see one-on-one and to hear from me and to hear from each other on what's working, a little more effective than just typing. Just like you should do when you're talking to people about this opportunity, if they will allow you or whether they will agree, it is amazing to get on the phone or get on a Zoom or do FaceTime with them, because the increase chance of them signing up is like monumental. It's like you have a 10-time better chance of them actually saying yes than just typing and messaging back and forth. So let me start talking about kind of what we talked about in the power hour. So every Wednesday we do a team power hour in the Team Passion Coaches page. So I know there's a lot of pages and people can get confused. But every Wednesday by 9 a.m. you will see 4 assignments posted. Sometimes they'll be from me, sometimes they'll be from different leaders on the team, depending on the week. I decided to do all 4 assignments this first one of the new year, just because I wanted to tie it into Coach Basics and the basics. So 9.5 years later, I am still doing the basics, right? Like the basics of this business is growing every day by doing trainings, doing personal growth, being a product of the product, drinking your shake, using the performance line, doing the workouts, right? And then connecting, inviting, sharing, plugging in, being part of the team. Those are the other vital behaviors. So a lot of people get nervous about the inviting part, and they're like, I don't know who to invite. I don't know what to say. I don't want to just send random messages. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to send random messages. I want you to understand, and I detailed this out as detailed as possible as I could in the power hour, that the people you send messages to are people who are watching you. They're people who are watching your stories. They're people who are liking your stuff. They're people who are commenting on your stuff. And if they're not, chances are they're quietly and silently and secretly watching you. They just might not be clicking like. That's the cool thing about stories. People can just watch and you're like, oh shoot, they're watching, and there's no hiding from that. But sending messages doesn't have to feel icky. It doesn't have to feel like a chore. It should be fun. It should be exciting. And so I laid out a couple details of how this all should work. So one of the first things that I laid out for you and I want you to do is make a list. Now I want you to work with, so anything that I sometimes say, people are like, oh, well, I don't want to do it that way. Please know that these are suggestions. These are guidelines. So if you like a list on a piece of paper, then use a piece of paper. If you like having a list on your phone, then use your phone. If you like having a list on an app of some sort, CRM, anything, please do that, okay? So whatever works for you. I tend to like to share just what works for me, but you can translate my stuff into electronic forms. I just am a paper to pen girl. It just feels more genuine. My list feels more human with the names in my handwriting. I don't know what it is, but when it's on an Excel spreadsheet or it's in an app, it's robotic and it's a checklist for me instead of okay, I'm going to reach out to Denise today. And Denise is someone who, and just by me seeing her name written, it allows me to remember who she is instead of just being like, wait, who's that? But that's just me. Again, if you're like, nope, electronics are my thing, then please do it. So you have this list. I want you to start with 100 people. Yes, you know 100 people. Yes, you are friends with at least 100 people on Facebook. Your address book. I gave you lots of examples in that assignment of ways to find people. So you just go through your Facebook and you write the first 100 names down. It shouldn't take you that long. Or you can Google how to export your list off of Facebook and print it out. But again, I like to write it. So, and you take those 100. The key to this is making sure you're also consistently showing up and posting and being present on social media. Because you're going to say in the message something like, I'm not really sure if you've been watching. I'm not really sure if you know what I'm doing. I'm not really sure if you've been paying attention, right? You want this conversation to go very conversational. You're going to take your list of 100, you're going to count down to 10 and draw a line. And you're going to go through these 10 names, the first 10 names, 10 a day. And you're going to figure out who these people are. Okay, Sue. Who's Sue? Sue is someone that I met at, at work, one of my first jobs like 10 years ago or something, whatever. So someone you haven't talked to maybe in a really long time would be one example of someone that might be on this list. So what you're going to do is you're going to then go to their profile. And I'm just talking Facebook right now. Instagram is a different beast. So just know that you can do this on any social media platform, but this works best on Facebook because Instagram has a different connecting type of way. But you're going to go to the timeline and you're going to see what Sue's been up to, and you're going to start liking and commenting her stuff. And that's it. You're not going to then send her a message after you like her, 5 or 10 things and then go, hey, you want to join my next challenge group? Right? You're just gonna do like, comment. She's on your list to do that with. The next person may be someone that you do talk with a lot. So you're going to send them a message. Maybe it's your friend. Hey, Deb, I'm not sure if you've been watching what I've been doing, but I found this new amazing health and fitness routine, whatever. You're just going to have a natural conversation with Deb because she's your friend and you talk to her, right? The next person on your list might be someone that you put on this list because they've been watching your stories or they've been liking and they've been commenting. So make sure anytime you see someone, wait, this person watches every single one of my stories. Make sure they're on your list because that's someone you really want to reach out to. And so you reach out and you're like, hey, I've been seeing that you were watching my stories. Thank you so much. I feel like my life is so boring, but I try to just post about it, whatever. Just have a little conversation and then say, hey, I have a new online health and fitness accountability group starting on February 3rd. Is this something you'd be interested in hearing more about? And then you just go from there and you have these conversations. So this is what you do every single day with 10 people. And then every day you've got to keep adding to that list. You got to add people, like I just said, people in their stories. You're joining different groups on Facebook. Those set friend suggestions. You're friending them. You meet someone out and about. The first thing I do is Facebook is like my business card. I'm like, hey, can I friend you on Facebook? That's like one of the first things I say. Even to Ella's friends' moms. I meet them at a parent-teacher conference or whatever in the hallway at orientation. And they're like, oh, it looks like you and my daughter have been friends. I'm like, awesome. Can I friend you on Facebook? I honestly do because that's where I spend most of my time. I'm like, so we can set up play dates and they're like, yeah. So, it's where I spend most of my time, but it's also a little like, I want you to watch what I'm doing type thing too, right? And then you put them on the bottom of the list, and you could just keep doing that. And that's something you want to make sure you're doing. So 2 super important things that you're doing every single day to move this business forward is making sure you're doing your personal development so that you're growing, you're learning, you're knowing that everything you're doing is normal. It's okay to hear the word no, you're controlling the controllable, all of those things. You know not to compare yourself to anybody else. All of those things you're learning, you're growing. And then the next thing is making sure you're connecting and you're inviting with at least 10 people every day from your list. Okay. Something that I do, I want to share this with you guys because I noticed myself this week. So we have the business activity tracker that corporate has put out. There are other coaches out there that have posted their own business activity trackers. In our Team Passion Coaches page, I label something called the business activity tracker. It's just a daily post, and I put the date on it. I put what day of the year we're on, and it's for you to just go in and be accountable to these vital behaviors. You can post a picture of your to-do list checked off and highlighted. You can just write something up real quick. You can post a picture of your business activity track, whatever works for you. Please find something that works for you, and don't try one thing and then go, forget it, I can't do that. Try something new. I'm always still 9.5 years later tweaking things, and this is what I wanted to share with you. So on Monday, I have about 10 items on my to-do list that are something called KPIs, key performance indicators. They're driven activities that are going to move my business forward. They're going to directly drive my income higher, directly grow my business. And I have 10 of those things on my list. Things like make 10 connections a day, do 10 check-ins with current challenges and coaches a day, 10 invites a day, whatever. Like there's a 10 stories a day. There's whatever that number looks like for you, right? So there's a whole list. They directly drive my income. Not personal development, doing my workout, like those are vital behaviors, but those don't directly drive movement on my business and income. Okay. Those just happen from me being present and all of that stuff. But those aren't things that are driven activities towards growing and building or towards growing your income. Right. So I wrote all 10 of those things out on Monday, and I sat down and I got to work on Monday. I was done in 90 minutes. Tuesday, I sit down and I do my work, and I didn't rewrite any of those things. I just was like, oh, well, I can see it from yesterday's list. It's like right there. Yep, did half of them. And it took me all day. Wednesday, same thing. I didn't rewrite them. I did like a quarter of them. And I was like, okay, Nicole. So today I woke up, I was like, okay. This is clearly, I need to write all 10 items in my column of my to-do list in my, I use that same thing you use, Christina, that you showed me on our one-on-one call. What's it called? The High Achiever Playbook. So I rewrote all 10 activities today, done in 90 minutes. Highlighted, done. It was like, it's this mental thing. Like you've got to figure out what works best for you. And those 90 minutes can be split up, 30, 30, 30, whatever, whatever works for you. But you've got to figure out exactly how to do all of your income business driving activities. And you got to figure out what works best for you to make sure that those happen so that you're consistently doing them. I also want you to think of this just like you're teaching your challengers with their fitness and nutrition, right? They're going strong, and then they have an ice cream sundae on Friday, and they message you or they post about it, and they're putting themselves down. I'm not cut out for this. I'm such a failure. Like they're talking all sorts of negative. And your response is, are you kidding me? Enjoy that ice cream sundae, move on, and pick up where you left off and get going the next day, right? You need to tell yourself the same thing with this business activity tracker or these moving activities every day. You can't, if you have a to-do list of 10 items and you did 10 Monday, 6 Tuesday, don't go, oh, forget it, I suck. I can't do all 10 every day, so this business isn't for me. Nope, do the 6 and then move on. And on Wednesday, try for that 10 again. If whatever happens, maybe you only do 8. You know what I mean? You've got to treat your business and yourself with this business as if you're talking to a challenger who's struggling with their fitness and nutrition and getting upset because they're not seeing results or they're not perfect every day. So I want you to tell yourself, I'm just going to keep going no matter what. I'm just going to keep trying to do better each day. And I want you to kind of think of it as a fitness calendar. If you only want to work this business 5 days a week, that's okay. Go all in 5 days a week. I'm someone who needs to touch my business all 7 days. It doesn't mean on the weekends I sit on my phone and, from 9 to 2 like I do on Monday through Friday. Nope. Saturday mornings is a big time I work. Sunday evenings is a big time I work. Other than that, I check my phone throughout the weekend. But I need to still at least touch my business on the weekends, because if I left on Friday and came back on Monday, my anxiety level of red dots on Facebook would be through the roof, right? Like, I just know myself. And I wouldn't want to do that. I gotta be there for my challengers and the team, and Saturday mornings are an incredible time to check with people. Like, so good. People are home, they're relaxed, they're ready. Okay, that was a lot in 15 minutes. But it's very important. Like, we can talk about belief and personal growth and getting on, doing all the things, but if you're not doing activities to help you help other people, your business isn't going to go forward. And know, like I said, you're sending these invites to people who are in your warm market. They're watching you. I also had a big aha moment this week. I sold 5 challenge packs just this week, and they were all from my personal Facebook page. So for those of us who are in the over 40 club, who don't love Instagram, stop trying to force Instagram. It's okay. Be present on Instagram, show up on Instagram, do your stories and have fun. But you know what? If you make amazing connections on Facebook, then keep doing it. If it feels more genuine on Facebook, then keep doing it. I really, me personally, am having a really hard time. Like, for 9.5 years, I make these connections. I get to know people. I ask them about their life. They pop up on my news feed. It's like a fun place to be. And on Instagram, it's like, I don't see the same people. It's just not the same for me. And I have a hard time sending messages to people because it feels colder to me. But again, if Instagram is your thing and you love it and then please keep doing it. Like, I just want those that are like every day I see, or like, and I bring this up because the Power Hour assignment was it about Instagram. I forget exactly. And like 5 people were like, I'll get better over there, I promise. I was like, okay, don't force it. Like, don't, just be there, do your thing, but don't worry. Like, if it feels more genuine on Facebook, then it's okay. Just be careful, because Facebook doesn't like you operating your business on your Facebook page. So a lot of people will tell you it's not a good thing to do. But listen, I'm gonna knock on some wood here, but I've run my business on Facebook personal page for 9.5 years, but I don't run it spammy. I don't run it salesy. Like, I just tell a story, right? I tell my story every day. I'm consistent. I don't post sale pictures, challenge pack pictures, join me, buy now. I just share my story. So some of you might have just went, and that's okay. So it's all good. Okay, any questions up until this point or anything to add? All right, cool. So let's talk a little bit about Team Cup. So once a year, in February, Beachbody puts together this contest called Team Cup. And it's teams of 5 coaches that get together and they work together for the month of February, and you earn points and prizes. And the top prize is like, you go to headquarters in California and you get to work out with the super trainer, and your name gets engraved in a Stanley Cup looking thing. All the Canadians win every year. Canadian teams saw that Stanley Cup and are like, we're on it. It's like they just go. So they that happens. You get recognized at Summit. Super fun. There's going to be 2 top teams this year. One top team is made up of, has a star diamond leader in it, and one is diamond, and is led by a diamond or below. So that's pretty cool. So the teams of 5 can only have 2 lifetime diamonds, meaning if you were a diamond 2 years ago and you're an emerald now, you're a lifetime diamond. 2 lifetime diamonds, and out of the 2, only one can be a lifetime star diamond. Okay. You get together with this team on Zoom once a week. You are in a Facebook group. The captain has a guide that corporate gives her or him, and we'll just kind of lead the team. But it's a team thing. This year, the new thing is there is a participant's guide. So you're going to get an email with your own participant guide to follow. And they're transitioning us over to the March launch of BOD groups. So whatever's in that participant guide is going to kind of start sneak peeking us and planting seeds of what the BOD groups are going to be like, or how we should prepare for that. And we're also getting promo codes for everybody that registers on a team. So pretty cool. Registration starts on Monday. I will make sure we have posts in the coaches page. Hey, I want to be on a team. Hey, I want to lead a team, whatever that looks like for you. And we'll make sure we get teams of 5 all put together. You're going to come up with a team name, and then it's super easy to register your team on the website. And it's all fun. So for people who are like, I don't want to let my team down, so I'm not going to join a team. First of all, that's not a very good attitude because you're already saying you're not going to succeed. And second, it's all in good fun. If the team sets a goal to everybody hitting Success Club 10 and you hit 6, whoop-de-doo. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fun. You did it. You tried. You're having fun. It's all good. February is a good month. People are still wanting to get in the groove of getting on their health and fitness journey. They might have skipped January because they didn't want to be superstitious and start a New Year's resolution thing. So it's all in good fun, and we'll make sure we put teams of 5 together so that everybody gets on a team and doesn't stress out about it. So this is more of this first quarter is everything, we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna make sure I'm sharing a lot of examples of invites I'm doing, follow-ups I'm doing. I literally, let me tell you, those 5 challenge packs that I sold this week, I probably followed up with each one of those in the last 3 weeks And they said, I'm interested. They replied to a story. They replied to a poll. They messaged me. They liked and commented my stuff, whatever. They were in that category that I told you at the beginning. I probably followed up with all of them. Actually, I lied. 2 of them messaged me. They were past coaches, and they were like, I want to sign up as a coach right now. What's the best challenge pack? Great, here it is. I'm in. They were in 10 minutes later. 2 of them were that. But the other 3 were at least 12 messages back and forth. As soon as somebody tells me yes, I want in, after I've given them the price, after we've done it all, and they say, yes, I want in, and I say, great, I need your email and the flavor of Shakeology you want. I'm going to set up your share cart. Until they give me that info and until they complete their share cart, they hear from me every 48 hours. Until they say they're in. Or until they say, you know what, something came up, I'm going to have to pass right now. So those other 3 people, every 48 hours, hey, we're starting on the 6th. Are you in? Hey, it's just, and I'll switch up the messages. I still had 7 solid in play people after I got everybody in this week for the Monday start. I sent all 7 of them Monday a message and said, hey, we started. It's okay to be a day behind. But I'm not going to I don't want to keep pestering you. So please let me know what we're doing here. Like, it was kind of like, I've followed up with you every 48 hours for the past 3 weeks. Like, I'm getting tired. Like, are we in? What are we doing? So, but even if I still don't hear from them, I'll wait maybe 4 days and then I'll send another message. So, I'll probably send those 7 people a message tomorrow again, because actually one of them got back to me and said that she's not doing it, but everybody else, because I know they want to, otherwise they would have said no, or so there's something that's holding them back. So that's the key. The fortune is in the follow-up. There are Brian Tracy. If you Google Brian Tracy sales statistics, you'll find a graphic that tells you the percentage of people that buy after the 8th or 12th contact, I think it is. The percentage of people that finally actually buy is after the 12th contact, and it's something like 80-something% of people. So it's follow-up is key. Key. You're not pestering them. Honestly, most people are just busy. Most people are seriously just busy. And sometimes I'll say, hey, did you see my message? I just want to make sure you saw it, even though I know they saw it because I can see on that little Facebook thing. It says it. But I just be like, oh shoot, did you miss that part of my message above? Actually, I did that to one of them this week. She's like, oh, I did. Okay. So I recopied and pasted it. So it's okay to keep following up. It's actually key. There are going to be people that just go, yeah, sign me up, let's do this. But the majority are not. All right, so everyone is committing to plugging into all the team's stuff. The power hours. I wrote out everybody that participated in the power hour because I'm going to do a drawing. But I kept them pinned for one more day. So if you haven't done it yet, they're still all pinned at the top of the Team Passion Coaches page for you to do. Like I said, I'll get a Team Cup post up this weekend. We were supposed to have a product info group tomorrow based on what the event page said, but I completely forgot. I just looked at my list. I'm like, oh, shoot. So we didn't really plan for that. So we won't do that. But we're gonna get, that's like one of our, we haven't figured that group out yet. We haven't been quite consistent in that group and figured that group out, but we will. But I need you guys to know, especially if you're a new coach on this team watching the recording. I know everybody that's on here live is not a new coach, but I need you to understand that there is always a business opportunity to invite people to. There is always a team call to invite people to. Every Sunday night, we do a business planning call just like this on the same Zoom. Bless you, Cindy. You always have a power hour. You always have a Coach Basics group. There's always something. So a lot of times people pause. I don't want to become a diamond. I don't want to become a star diamond because I don't want to have to be in charge of all those things. Listen, we do this for everybody. Okay, until you get, honestly, and I say this all the time, I know other people will tell you something different, but I'm telling you from my experience, I didn't leave my Coach Keith's team page and all his stuff that he was doing until I was a 4-star on the verge of 5-star. I still did all of his 90 Days to Diamond groups, him and Bob. I went on all of his team calls. Sure, I would have a little team page or group message and I would do little calls, but I invited my whole team to all of his stuff and Bob's stuff until I was a 5-star, because I needed to focus on getting to 5-star. Like, that was a huge goal of mine. So I couldn't also then go, okay, I got to make sure I'm running this group and this group and this group and this group, because my personal business would have suffered. And so instead, I would message them and say, hey, I just learned something really cool on Facebook and it's working really well for me and my team. Can I speak on the next team call about it and teach everybody? The answer was always yes. Hey, can I be a guest speaker on the 90 Days to Diamond call since I got there in 57 days? Yes. Like, it was always me asking to be a leader on their team so that I could still focus on growing my team and focus on my personal business while they were allowing us to do all the big stuff. And then they did the same thing with their upline. So when I first joined, Bob and Keith didn't even really do team calls. They were plugged into Dave Ward and Jason Diebold. We're in their downline. So we would go on their team calls, Fit Union or something. So until they got to the 5-star level too. So there's more energy in big numbers, I think. There just is. But I also want you to do your own team stuff and get to know your team and be a leader within your team. Just know that all of this stuff is here for you. So, cool. All right, so yes, I wanted to kick off the year just going over all of that again, reminding you it's all here, reminding you to plug in, reminding you about the basics, because again, everything I posted on that power hour, all 4 assignments are what I do constantly. Still, 9.5 years later, I still need to focus on my personal business, because as soon as I let off the gas and I'm like, oh, the team will keep going, the team doesn't keep going. You have to be, some do, but you have to keep leading and keep finding new people and leading by example. Cool. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Awesome. All right. So I look forward to seeing everybody's post every day on the business activity tracker and seeing that graphic grow in the 6 to 7 column, because I'm sending free gifts to the same 3 people, which is okay for them. Selena's like, yeah, this is working. So and you don't have to do all 7 days. It's the column is 6 to 7 days. So even if you're like, nope, I completely unplug on Sundays, okay, you're still gonna be eligible for that prize. So All right. Have an amazing night. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to go warm up. And let's help people, because this first quarter, everybody's ready. Don't let this first quarter pass you by. This is the easiest time of the year. So take advantage of it, because it's just going to get harder from here. It's still possible, but this is the easier time of year. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. All right. Good night, guys.